The Metzeler National Superstock 1000 Championship in association with Black Horse. And just check out the current championship standings. 22 points cover first to 6th place. Keith Farmer, Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki, holds the advantage at the moment over Samsung Honda's Jason O'Halloran. Jimmy Storer, all the way down from Perth in Scotland, holds 3rd place on his BMW, ahead of David Johnson's BMW. He's level in 4th place with Steve Brogan on the build-based BMW. And in 6th place, Victor Cox, Kawasaki. Jason O'Halloran puts his Samsung Honda on pole position ahead of Victor Cox, Keith Farmer and David Johnson, winner of the last round at Alton Park. Second row is headed by Adam Jenkinson, coming back to some sort of form, ahead of Steve Brogan, Jonathan Railton and Howie Mainwaring. Who gets a blistering start on the Kawasaki, but then Cox dives into paddock ahead of him, and so too does Jason O'Halloran. O'Halloran looking for victory on the Samsung Honda. We've got a faller straight away, barrel rolling his way out of Paddock Hill Bend as Victor Cox, I think, snatches the advantage, and the tall Wiltshireman has looked really strong throughout the weekend, and he leads the way. So Cox grabs the advantage on bike number 28. The ILR Kawasaki. Here comes Keith Farmer though. Elbows out. The former Supermoto champion barges his way through at Surtees and takes the lead.
Yeah, Keith Farmer, the championship leader there. 3 wins already this year, and he's setting out his stall from the off, straight up into the lead there.
And as they hit the button there initially, Keith Farmer has a great getaway, then O'Halloran round the outside of Victor Cox.
Watch the left-hand side of your picture, though. You just see someone sliding off there. Down he goes, and then barrel rolls. That was the first turn.
Do you know, if you're going to go down at Paddock Hill, that's the comfortable way to do it, James, as you do it into the entrance like that, nice and clean.
Oh, Victor Cox having a good look up the inside again there. Oh, Keith Farmer's gone off the track. Cost him at least 2 places, maybe 3 places.
2 places definitely, because Cox
3.
and 3, because yes, you're right, Samsung Honda's Jason O'Halloran goes through as well. So Victor Cox has the advantage at the front, and he's been getting stronger and stronger, the man from Trowbridge.
Well, he has. He had his best result last time out, 2nd spot, 3rd before that, and he's really growing, you know.
And look, James, that is what Keith Farmer is all about. He straight away lunged back underneath. He makes a mistake, and he instantly makes a retake on Samsung Honda's Jason O'Halloran. But at the same time, Adam Jenkinson's got to the front. Jenks leads it. Jenkinson leads it. Victor Cox in 2nd. We've got another faller out there in the trees. You know, the boys are really giving us some high-speed offs right out in
that looks like Westfield.
the country. And that was number 8 who went down, Leon Hunt on the MSS Batham's Kawasaki. So a bit of work for Nick Morgan's fellas to do. And Victor Cox goes wide at Druids and falls foul of Jason O'Halloran. The Australian pushes through into 3rd place.
That's also allowed the championship leader, number 303 there, Keith Farmer, the Irishman. You know, he's into 2nd, and you can see his intent.
And we've got another faller here, the number 30 machine of Rob McNeely. Jason O'Halloran forces his way inside, very neatly inside Farmer. Farmer dips tight.
Yeah, I was going to say he might have gone a tad wide, but he didn't. He cut straight back across, defends his line. Look at that, fastest lapper, 129.1. That compares to a lap record of 128.5, so 0.6 of a second off the lap record at the moment. But O'Halloran, nice clean move there.
So Jason O'Halloran, he's been really disappointed with some of the points he's lost when in good positions in recent times, none more so than when he tipped off at the hairpin at Knockhill. And he's trying to revive his fortunes in this championship. Just 6 points behind Keith Farmer, so he needs to keep the Ulsterman behind him. Yeah. Currently they're running 2nd and 3rd. Oh, 3 abreast, and Farmer grabs a double draft and slips through into 2nd.
That was tight there for a second. I mean, that is 160, 170 miles an hour at the end of the straight there. On the brakes, 3 abreast, nearly touching, and great bit of riding.
Keith led with his teeth there, didn't he? As they go launching now up to Sheen Curve. Great ride by Jenkinson. Wonderful to see him really back on this sort of...
Sorry, Brogy in the background there, just got on the power, had a massive shake. Had to just shut the throttle there, he was shaking all over the place. Just costing, he's closed the rest of that group up, so you got that little split. Victor Cox there, who looked like he was just maybe being dropped on the green Kawasaki there in full spot. He's just slowly working his way back into it. And then a small gap to Brogan, Jakobsen, Mainwaring and Johnson.
And do you know what? I think that might have been given an opportunity to Oh no, he loses out right now. I was going to say Taiko Suzuki's new boy is the American PJ Jacobson, and he just momentarily gained an advantage from Brogy's moment. But look at these three fighting furiously at the front. Jenkinson, Farmer, O'Halloran being tailed by Victor Cox.
Well, I actually think you're right there, Jack. I think that both Mainwaring and Mainwaring definitely got past Brogy going into paddock.
O'Halloran, and we've got another faller, and BMW's gone down. I think it's number 67, Stefan Capella.
Steph Capella was out at Silverstone with him on Tuesday, and this is going to be a clearway, so he's lost the front, so that's unfortunate there for Steph.
Adam Jenkinson has lost the lead to Keith Farmer, so Farmer on the Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki has beefed his way back to the front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Farmer can do now. You know, he likes to lead, he likes to be out in the front. You see the yellow flags there as well being waved, so just yellow flags, no overtaking in this section. This is obviously where Sandra came off. Jenkinson having a good look again. Keith Farmer, we got Kawasaki, Honda, and then another Kawasaki. That is the top four.
The two BMWs running in 5th and 6th place. Oh, look at that move into. That was a tight move into clearways by number 22, Samsung Honda's Jason O'Halloran, trying to get back onto Keith Farmer. We've got another faller. That's one of the build-based boys has gone down, I think. It may be a build-based BMW that's gone out.
That was a clearways as well, Jack.
And it was Brogy, the former champion, Steve Brogan's crashed out at clearways. Howie Mainwaring 5th, PJ Jacobson is 6th. And then David Johnson, and the safety car comes out to try and calm these relatively elderly and inexperienced riders down a bit. The lights on the Nissan safety car go out, which means it will pull in on this lap, and we'll have a 4-lap blinder to go. The Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki has backed them up, but now, suddenly, he seems to have made an early run for it, because he was weaving his way down the hill, down Pilgrim's Drop. And I think his plan was to surprise them by not waiting for the car to pull in, but to suddenly gun the Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki with about another quarter of a lap to go. And has he timed it right? He looks as if he's done it immaculately. And he's pulled himself a dozen bike lengths on his championship pursuer, second in the race, Samsung Honda's Jason O'Halloran.
Well, that is how you do it, Jack. I mean,
that was unusual, James. Well, it worked.
So many times I've spoken to you about that, haven't I? I can't understand what someone's doing when the pace car comes out. The leader can do anything he wants, and why he hasn't timed it and backed him up, and then you saw him back everyone up, giving himself, more importantly, some space to go. And then when he went, you know, his tyres, his brakes, he can get a bit of temperature in them, and bosh, gone.
I love that. Bosh, he's gone. So Keith Farmer, Jason O'Halloran, Adam Jenkinson, they are the front three. Victor Cox in 4th place, but without the comfortable gap he had over Howie Mainwaring, PJ Jacobson, and the Johnson twins, David Johnson and Dan Johnson, ahead of Jonathan Railton and Gary Johnson.
Yeah, great ride from Dan Johnson there, up into 8th spot. Back at the front, though, look at this. Jason O'Halloran has definitely closed that gap.
3 laps to go as they cream it across the line. Farmer, Kawasaki, right behind him, Samsung Honda's O'Halloran.
Well, that's a nice lap from O'Halloran.
O'Halloran, the 2007 Australian Supersport champion, when he had 7 race wins on a factory Yamaha. Here he is on the Samsung Honda. Oh, mistake. Farmer goes way wide into Druitt and gifts him the lead. Well, so O'Halloran now, that's what he needed. But look what I mean about Farmer. He will never take no for an answer. If he makes a mistake, he tries to rectify it in an instant.
Yeah, and O'Halloran just squared it off, came straight back underneath him. This is great stuff. All the while it allows Adam Jenkinson to close up in 3rd spot on the Paget's Honda. But on that last lap of the race, O'Halloran did the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:28.9, just 0.4 of a second off the lap record. So, you know, this is part of the reason why he caught him up.
So, O'Halloran has a big moment. And Adam Jenkinson is hanging right behind these people. Howie Mainwaring was having a look at Victor Cox along the Derek Minter Straight before they plunged down into Dingle Dell. So 2 huge races going on. There's a 3-way scrap for 1st, a 3-way scrap for 4th.
Yeah, you can see what a difference in style some of these guys have got.
Howie did make that move. Mainwaring leading with his neck and his head as he does in that distinctive style. The Essex domiciled Cheshireman on the build-based BMW, now 4th ahead of Victor Cox. So O'Halloran, short, bandy-legged Australian, 8th overall in the British Supersport Championship of 2010, best position 3rd at Silverstone, 9th in the Superstock Championship last year. But remember, He only really rode the first 4 rounds before he injured his back. Did get a second place here, though, at Brands Hatch around the Indy circuit.
Just seems amazing. He's just managed to stretch them all on this last lap and a half. You know, well, it's because he's... Oh, massive moment there. O'Halloran loses the front, gets on the throttle. God, he was done really well to keep that, but that might have... do you know what? That might have backed him off and given Keith Farmer a new lease of life.
That must have been a trouser-soiling twitch, that,
You
James.
bet it. You bet.
Now, can he maintain his momentum through clearways on the Clark curve? Keith Farmer sensing he might just have a chance as they go through the final turn, but O'Halloran's hanging on to win. He wins here his fourth race, I beg your pardon, his third race victory of the season at Brands Hatch. Keith Farmer second. Adam Jenkinson announces his imperious return to form in third place. Fourth for Howie Mainwaring, fifth Victor Cox, sixth Jacobson, the American adapting so well to this track, ahead of Costello, Railton, Metcalf and Gary Johnson fifth. Jason O'Halloran takes a dramatic victory in the Metzeler National Superstock 1000 Championship in association with Black Horse, ahead of Keith Farmer, Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki. Adam Jenkinson's Paget's Honda back on form in third. Howie Mainwaring, build-based BMW fourth. Victor Cox, ILR Kawasaki fifth. PJ Jacobson's Taiko Suzuki is sixth. The Metzeler National 1000 Superstock Championship, look at that. James Hayden absolutely right. 1 point separating Keith Farmer and Jason O'Halloran ahead of Cadwell Park. And then 30 points further back, Victor Cox, who is 2 points clear of fourth place Jimmy Storer. Steve Brogan remains fifth, now level with David Johnson, ahead of Danny Buchan in seventh. Howie Mainwaring eighth, ahead of Lee Costello and Adam Jenkinson.
Well, that's it from the thousands, but don't go anywhere, as we've got the Monster Energy Motorstar Championship coming up right after the break.